What a goal from Jorginho! Go! They put out the apple crumbles. I say stick the apple crumbles up your arse is what I say. Arsenal 3, Aston Villa 2. 2 minutes left. Hold on, Arsenal. Hold on. Huh? Getting told off. If you get a game decided with a goal like that, it's astonishing, really. It's been an absolutely fantastic game. All right, on the edge, right till the end. Blow up. That's it. Bring on. Hold on, holding. Hold on, holding. There's not long left, people. Is it like Vincent Kompany when Manchester City done it? Is it like that? Who knows? All I know is Arsenal right now are top of the league, back in pole position. They need to hold their nerve. A minute left. A minute and counting. Hold your nerve. Come on, Arsenal. What a goal from Jorginho. There's been some absolutely outrageous passes from Jorginho today. Absolutely outstanding. Not long left. Keep on holding on. Don't be silly. We've got 20 seconds left. There's 20 seconds left. Is it 20 seconds left? I can't take this. This is ruining my nerves. It's currently 3-2. Still. Tomiyasu heads it out. Tyrone Mings is there. He's on the ball. He's letting it run. It's gone into 96th minute. Is that the Arsenal fans are telling them to shh. They're saying blow up. Kieran Tierney gets it out. Grit and determination. He stands up Ramsey. He's saying no cross. Stand him up, Skinny. Stand him up. No cross. Well done. That's it. Keep him there. Out. Come on, better clearance than that. Fucking hell, man. Honestly, my nerves is ruined. I can't take this. I can't, honestly. It's the last call. I don't know if we're behind. They're sending Emi Martinez up. Fucking hell, man. Last kick of the game, surely. Ref, just blow up. Oh, come on, Arsenal. Hold on. Come on. Straight out. Shoot. Come on. You're going to see it live. Martinelli. Goal. Come on, Arsenal. Come on. Game, set, and match. Come on! Against adversity, we get it back. They're against us, we pull it back. Come on, Arsenal! That's what I'm saying. Put your crumbles away, people, because we ain't crumbling today. You asked for a response, we gave it to you. Come on. Brilliant comeback. Brilliant comeback. Love it. Come and join us. for the post-match reaction and player rating show, come over to YouTube. I want to see you in the comment section. I want to see what you've got to say. I want rival fans that were talking the talk before. Where are you now? I want to hear from you. The title challenge is still on. Talking to. Stalks off the changing room, wounded by what he's seen. All of the drama came. Brilliant. Terrible start. But they asked questions of us, and we answered them. 1-0 down, 1-0. 2-1 down, 2-0. 3-2, 4-2. Today, and they get the win they need. They're 3 points clear at the top. Come on, Arsenal. Come and join us in the post-match reaction. We are live now. Have your say. We're only going till 3 o'clock. Then we're cutting off at 3 o'clock. Come and join us. Let's go. All right, you're gonna catch me on a live TikTok.
Amazing celebrations from Mikel
This
Arsenal fans behind us in the corner here at Villa Park. They went absolutely wild at the end of that game.
Sorry, people. Arsenal 4, Aston Villa 2. Let's do. Come and join us for the post-match reaction and player rating show now live, people.
Before their game with Forest at 3 o'clock.
Muting you for a second. What are we saying? Jorginho absolutely immense throughout, putting in blocks, about 4 team cutting through balls, absolutely outstanding. The performances today were a bit up and down. There's not going to be great scores, I can't lie, but overall, Arsenal have answered the question. Are you able to have? Do you have the mentality to withstand this title challenge? And that is it. There, Villa's not an easy place to go. Villa is a tough place to go, as they showed from the start. Unai Emery teams, honest, hard-working, and it's exactly what you got from them today. But Arsenal matched it when it mattered. They didn't start well. They were left wanting at half time. I can only imagine that Mikel Arteta absolutely blasted them, put them on blast. 100%. I have no illusions from that. Did they come out all guns blazing straight away? No, they didn't. Far from it. Far from all guns blazing when they came back after the break. But that goal sparked them into life. It was bitty at points, but in the end, we got there. I'm joined by Steve. How you doing, Steve?
How you doing, mate? Sorry, I'm late.
How you feeling?
Oh, mate. I think I've gone through every emotion in that game, mate. That was a roller coaster ride. I was ready to come on here. Is that my thing in the background? Can you hear?
Oh, it's that's mine. Sorry. Yeah, we don't want to get cut off there.
It could have been mine, yeah. Yeah, look. Yeah, just ain't really had time to have a really good think about it, but great win. Been like a bit. It was a roller coaster because really, look, up until we scored the third goal, I mean, I must admit, I I wasn't happy at all with
No.
with our performance. I thought we was absolutely dogs awful actually up until we scored the third goal. Yeah, there's a lot of people. It's a difficult one today because there was times when a couple of players, some of the players did fantastic things, that really took us on to win the game. But there was the majority of the game, a few of the players were just not good enough. So I have to balance it a little bit. But taking away everything, we had to go and win the match, and that's what we did. And they showed a lot of balls. They showed a lot of guts, and I just thank God it's because if we would have lost today or got a draw today, I would have had a terrible weekend.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to watch any football now for the rest of the weekend. And now I can sit back for a bit of soccer Saturday, watch the Liverpool-Newcastle game, and over to you, Manchester. Do whatever you feel. Fill your boots.
Exactly.
Might stay in the FA Cup tie version.
Exactly. We do have to lock off bang on 3 today. No, so let's crack on with the post-match reaction. But we'll definitely be able to pick this game apart come Tuesday. So make sure you do join us at 8 o'clock on Tuesday. Anyone that is watching on Twitter, come over to KS1 TV and join us in the chat. Let's go through the player ratings. Aaron Ramsdale.
Yeah, look, fantastic save at the end there, wasn't it? That touch on the bar. I mean, that was a match-winning save. So yeah, couldn't fault him for any of the goals. That didn't really do anything wrong the whole game. So yeah, for me, he gets a 7.
7 for Gabriel.
Yeah, decent enough performance today. Again, I thought he a very important tackle there in the I think one that was in the second half where we he stood up well. Decent today. Give him a 6.
6 for Gabriel. William Saliba.
Yeah, the same. thought both centre backs played okay today. I don't think they really could have done much again for the goals. There probably was other people you could blame for them goals. Was good on the ball. Seemed a little bit back to himself. He seemed a little bit off in recent weeks, but I thought he was good. So I give him also a 6.
Yeah, I thought that he didn't watch his man for the second goal. So he didn't watch his man. So although his man was in the end was the Coutinho who ended up stepping over the ball and didn't actually score, he was at no point in that whole move did he look over his shoulder and see Coutinho run the other way. He just made the assumption that Coutinho was still behind him, and in the end, he was in front of him. And there's a couple of points today where he just needs to fix up on that. But I pointed out before that he didn't have a good game against Tony last time. Not the last time we played. The first time we played him, we won. And he struggled against Ollie Watkins in the following game. So I wonder if it's that type of striker that he seems to have a little bit more trouble with. Bit stronger, very mobile, a bit unpredictable in terms of where he's going to be on the pitch. And it's just sometimes he gets drawn into a few things. But on the flip side, there was the typical Saliba composure, some lovely just sticks his foot in front of the ball, lets the player roll off his body and just turns and then plays it out. So
it was lovely bit skilled where he did that when he was in the corner.
Yeah,
he got his way, he got himself in front of the man, you know, took the ball off of him, and then somehow he even found the pass out from defence as well. It was stuck. Yeah. That was good. Yeah, so,
but he did also win it. Also, he won a lot of headers today, and against Ollie Watkins, that's what you want after going a game where 0 and 10 headers in the last game. So yeah, that'll do him some his confidence some good. Ben White.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised he was taken off. To be honest with you, at the time, I thought Ben did all right. I thought there was a couple of times that he was loose with the ball, but other than that, I thought he played some nice balls at times down into the channels for Saka. I thought he tried to support him. He was upfield quite a bit, and yeah, so I thought Ben did all right. So again, I'll give him, probably a lower 6 than the other two, but 6.
I thought Ben White. For me, it's a typical game with someone who's just come back in, and I think he'll hold down his spot for the next game, and I think he should. Zinchenko.
I wanted him off at half time. I thought he was dog shite. Excuse my French, everybody out there on a Saturday afternoon. I thought he was absolutely awful. And all I kept saying to myself was, take him off. I want Tierney back against Leicester. That's all I kept saying. I thought he was at fault for the goal. You know, just gave the ball away. And he was so slow passing out of defence. Just not quick enough in transaction.
Yeah, he wasn't good today.
He wasn't. It was a great goal. Let's not take that away from him. You know, and sometimes that can, sort of obscure your vision of how he did for the whole game. But if you put it all into context, you can cancel out the goal for the one that he gave away. He was better in the second half. I'll give him that. But yeah, I mean, he was on a 4. That was where he was. But look, I'm just gonna give him I'm going to give him a 5 because of the second half. He was better and he scored a goal, but he's lucky to get a 5. To be honest,
for me,
it's that goal that saved him.
For me, he left Trossard isolated too often.
Yeah.
Where Trossard didn't have either an option to pass the ball off to, or just didn't give him the ball. Because he doesn't often get down that flank. And I think that's one thing we need to remember. We'll probably talk about it Tuesday, that we need to be more balanced in our views of when, because we see these games. We've seen this game before. We see the Newcastle game where we're screaming for a Kieran Tierney because he's athletic, he's strong, stamina, he's very direct. And it's different to Zinchenko, whereas Zinchenko, you might play him against a Brentford, a City, someone like a Man United, someone like that, where it's a bit more of a technical game and he can get into those pockets where they're potentially going to give you a little bit more time. Whereas these games, they're not. So it is a case of you having an up and down battle. And sometimes them up and down battles are tougher than the technically gifted player. And I do think that hopefully, as we move on, and to keep players like Kieran Tierney in our squad, we have to start using them tactically in games like we used Tomiyasu for the Liverpool game.
Yeah, the goal might have saved him from like getting picked. He'll probably play in the Leicester game. But it's like you said, mate. Let's not fans get obscured because he scored the goal. Because he was awful the first half. I thought anyway.
He was not good in the first half. Definitely not. But yeah, no, he's one player that keeps on going, and that's what you want in your team. He's not one that gives up. He doesn't hide. He always wants that ball, no matter how he's playing. Jorginho.
I was very pleased with him, the way his performance today, and then for me, he scored the goal. Even though it come off the back of Martinez.
Oh, that's his goal. That's definitely Jorginho's goal.
No, they won't give it to him, mate. It's
I
not
know
his
they won't
fault.
give it to him, but that's Jorginho's goal.
But I thought he was very good today. I thought he
Yeah.
was very. He was going to get a 6, because I thought he was very decent in the midfield. I thought he had a good game. Didn't think he had a bad game. I thought he's a couple of sloppy passes. He did. But again, on top of that, he played some really nice balls through.
Four through balls. Just cut through the team. Lovely balls as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and look, I give him an 8 the other day because he was our best player, and I think he was better today than he was then because he played more through balls and he looked. So yeah, do I stick to my thing? I think let's go, mate. Let's stick up for this man. Let's give him an 8. Fantastic strike. He was the match winner for me, and I don't think you have to say that. And he was the one more likely to split, who looked like when he was on the ball that was going to make something happen. And he's our DM.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. I'm going to give him an 8. I think this guy. I think he's a masterclass signing. This one.
Yeah, I think it's an excellent signing. Granit Xhaka.
Awful. I didn't think he had a good game today.
I thought he had a good 5-minute spell in the first half where he was one of the only ones looking decent, and then we had like a 10-15 minute spell where we all looked good.
Yeah, it was
and then
sloppy.
he was just looked lethargic all over the place.
I don't know if he missed his party. I don't know what it is, but a few things about Granit Xhaka today. I think you mentioned about the second goal. I blame Xhaka for that because he just let it
too easy.
Because it
too easily done on the step over. Yep.
Just sort of like, I'm like, what was you doing? You was like, you just let it go. And there was a time in the second half as well where a guy was on the edge of the box and he just sort of turned to one way and Xhaka was just stood still. And I'm like, well, you're not having a good day today, Granit, are you? I don't know if you missed his Thomas party. And also whether it is because just other players around him are not doing it either, to be honest with you. So yeah, not a good day for Granit today. Poor. Not surprised he got taken off from the farm. And you know how much I love Granit Xhaka and how good he's been over the last 2 years. But today, Matt, I'm just going to give him a 5. I thought he wasn't great at all today.
No, he wasn't.
You have to say it how it is, even when as much as I love him. Do you know what I mean? He was poor. He was poor today.
One thing that I could point out is that in the last year and a half, you haven't noticed that his lack of mobility or his lack of pace.
You did today,
but
didn't
today,
you?
yeah, it was like, and then the thing is, because you know that Jorginho's not got great pace, but I was seeing him run around, and I'm thinking it's not that. And then I'm seeing Jorginho make some nice passes, and
he's quick. He's snappy, isn't he, Jorginho?
Yeah, he is.
Bang, bang,
he knows the pass he's going to make. Whereas today, which Xhaka hasn't been doing, Xhaka wasn't get that ball, snap ball, back. And when he did, the ball was rubbish.
Yeah.
So yeah, not a good game today. But everyone has one, not a good one. Martin Odegaard.
I might be controversial today with Martin. He got man in the match. I don't know what game she was watching.
I tell you
Maybe
what.
she was watching a different game from me, or they wanted to talk to him at the end of the match because he was the captain. Because I was like, my eyes just opened wide. Was like, what?
Do you know what I would give the description of Martin Odegaard's game today? It would be the Katusa interview where he goes, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
It was like that. Yeah.
And that was Martin Odegaard today.
Yeah. He was like, he didn't do enough for me, mate, today. He really did. I mean, that he could have lost us the game with that miss.
Oh, the open goal.
I mean, how do you give man in the match for someone who does that? That was
goal.
Mate, we all got this old adage here, haven't we, mate? When we say, "I could have scored that," I could have scored that.
But you could have done. You could have done.
Right.
Like if you miss that on Sunday league, I'm going mad. Still.
You're pulling me off, mate. If you're my manager, you're going to get him off.
Done, Steve. Call it a day, mate. Call it a day.
Yeah. So how he got man of the match, I don't know. He was touching 5s and 4s for me today, Odegaard.
Yeah.
He gets a 5. Sorry. I don't know how he got man of the match. I'd have to...
It's because he got... Did he get the assist? Did he come out of the game with 2 assists?
Did he?
I think he might have come out of the game with 2 assists. Yeah. So I think that's why. He got the Jorginho assist and he get the... Yeah, I think.
What would you have given Odegaard? A bit higher than that.
I would have given Odegaard a 6.
Yeah.
He was again. I've seen him have these games this season where it's a lot of energy, a lot of tenacity because he's that on the ball and he looks good, but there's nothing coming of it. There's a couple of nice balls. He kept things ticking over well at times. But like I said, sometimes it was really good, sometimes it was really bad. So I'd probably say if he has come out with 2 assists, which I will check on because it's definitely 1 assist.
Yeah.
Then it may be a high 6. Yeah. But it wasn't. We expect.
I think the miss is playing a part. I think I would have given him a 6 because you would have said with effort. We know he does that. He still needs to do more than that because Odegaard. We need Odegaard. He's our number 10. He needs to do a lot more.
Yeah,
you know, and not only that miss, but there was a couple of other occasions where his shooting was off.
Yeah,
but I think what it is, I would have given him a 6 for all that, but then I think that miss you've got to have a mark taken off. So I think if he wouldn't have done that miss, or he would have made the goalkeeper pull off a save, I probably would have kept him at 6. But...
Yeah, I think Johnny's got it right here with what I was saying before. Odegaard wasn't that bad, but he's trying to force it a bit. But kept going, yeah, and it wasn't natural at times. Whereas Odegaard would usually just drop, but also I'll get onto it when we talk about some of the other players because I think that although look, we'll get onto it in a sec. Because let's hear the views on the other players first. Bukayo Saka.
I mean, look, fantastic goal. Just was getting kicked all over the place like he does every single week. Probably could have seen more from him. Again, you know, it's like when I talk about Saka, it's like I should take myself and say the same to him every week. He's always the one who looks the most dangerous. He always looks like the one who's going to make something happen. His crossing was a bit poor at time. He was getting kicked all over the place. It was an excellent goal. I think I would have still liked to have seen more from him. So yeah, I'm going to give him a 7 now. I'm going to give him a 7 today. He always looks dangerous. He can always pull something out, and that was a fantastic strike. And I think he did all he can, and he went going right into the end. He's non-stop. You know, he don't let these like bullies or whatever you want to call them want to kick him and shin him, and you know, our Mings didn't get a yellow card is absolutely on me. You know, absolute joke. But yeah, I'll give him a 7.
Yeah, there was just a couple of times I think where you said could have got a little bit more. Those little bit mores, I think 2 or 3 times when Odegaard had the ball. Well, twice was when Odegaard had the ball and looked for that through ball that Saka is always there for, and he didn't make that run. And then another time where the ball's gone through, Saka sort of put his hands up because he was on an offside position, but Eddie's run to the wing, and Saka just stood there. And I was just like, and because it was at that point in the game, I think we were still 2-1 down, or might have even been 2-1. No, it was 2-1 down. There was no one was making those runs. No one was making the little extra things that we were normally doing, where we're making the run beyond, so overlapping, stretching the play, not taking the extra touch and going for the shot, passing out to the wing rather than taking the extra touch and then looking to go back in. Where we were doing all that before and we haven't been doing it, it's taking those slight little edges off of our game. And Saka was a little bit guilty a couple of times of not making those runs to open up the game for Odegaard, because if the strikers aren't going to make them runs, then he's gonna his game's gonna go down as well. But what I would say is there was a couple of times where the run wasn't made by the player, but Jorginho forced the run by making that pass. And sometimes I think Odegaard will learn from players like Jorginho in situations like that. Sometimes you've got to just play that pass. If they're not making a run, play that pass, then say next time you've got to be on that ball. I've been playing that pass 2 or 3 times and no one's on that ball. Jorginho done it and he's unlocked the play 4 times today. So he's still learning, but yeah. And that was off the Odegaard one. But what did you give Saka?
7.
7. Trossard.
Nah. I don't think he took his chance today. I don't. You know, he went in. He brought him in to just say, "Come on, you know, do." You know, we want to see from you what we've been seeing from Martinelli like early in the season, or you know, up until a few games ago to already drop form. But I don't think he offered enough today. I thought he was very, very quiet. Yeah, very, very quiet. 5.
5. I don't think Zinchenko helps him at all.
No, he doesn't release the ball quick. He doesn't release the ball quick enough.
Didn't give him any options. I don't remember Zinchenko getting down the byline much at all. Like just to draw the player out. Like even if maybe a couple of times thinking back on it, but it's just not enough. As a winger, you need your fullback to overlap a bit more than he does, because otherwise it gets too samey and it's easy to read. You know that Trossard is going to cut inside. Is he going to pass that ball down the wing? No, he's not, because Zinchenko's not there for the overlap. So what's the option? He's got to cross it or cut it back. Like that wears thin after a while. So for the balance of the game, to help the game, Zinchenko has to do that more often, because Kieran Tierney would. Trossard. Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie. I thought Eddie did all right today. His finishing obviously needs to be better. Obviously, a couple of top. He needs a goal. But again, like we say it every week, he's always in the right places. You know, he's always making the runs. You know, I mean, he was very, very unlucky with that header. I mean, like leaped like a salmon. Do you know what I mean? Got above like Mings and some other, I think Matty Cash, who were about a foot bigger than him. And he got his head to that, and then that hit the bar. That was very unlucky. He also did really well when he charged the ball down from Martin. You know, put the ball across to Odegaard to should have scored. He charged that down, didn't he? You know, that was great work from Eddie as well. You know, that would have been an assist for Eddie, because Odegaard should have put that in the back of the net. So I thought he did well there. His finishing needs to be better.
No, it does. It does. He done the hard work. Done the hard work. Got in front of the defender, cut across, put the keeper on the ground. He's just got to dink it. He's just got to take a little bit off of it. Make the defender work. It's still a hard chance to finish, and with the pace of the ball, it probably would have been able to clear it off the line for the defender. But he's got to get on target. He's got to get them on target. He's got to get his headers on target. Hitting the crossbar, might as well just go wide. Needs to get his head over it. He's getting them. He's a player who gets in the right positions, but he needs to take his chances. He needs to go.
Yeah. I think that header, I mean, like, could you say it was an half chance? I mean, he done incredibly to get up to that.
It weren't like the other day.
I was quite surprised he got to that header. I was like, just well impressed he did it. You know, I was like, wow, I never thought you had that in you to get up that high and get your ball to an head and come that close to scoring. So, you know, that was quite good for Eddie. He just, we've already said it. He's just like he needs to go. You know, he still scored 6 goals. You know, since I think since Jesus has been out, I think. So, yeah, I'm going to give him a 6.
think that's fair. It just because you do see some stuff that he does off the ball, trying to win back the ball, putting blocks in, general just forward play that he does really well. To get acknowledgement of that, he has to put the ball in the back of the net. Otherwise, you might as well just stick a midfielder up there. So he needs to start scoring goals for his own sanity. He needs that because otherwise it will show that we're missing Jesus too much. I know. The thing is, Johnny, I know what you're saying. Sorry for those. I know how many chances do we give Eddie? He's not good enough.
I don't think you get. Sorry, mate.
But I don't know what you do. You've got no other option.
Does he get enough chances though? Is he getting enough? I don't think he's getting enough. I don't like.
I think people are too quick to jump on him. I think people in games where he has scored and had a good game, people are still not taking those games into account. People are still not taking. It's like
he's not Jesus. He's not Jesus.
Yeah.
He's not Jesus.
As soon as Eddie,
people got to forget he isn't Jesus.
Yeah. As soon as Eddie doesn't score a goal, people are adding a notch. Whereas if Jesus doesn't score a goal, they're looking at the other things that he's brought to the game.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they're doing that with Eddie. I think they're going, well, Eddie didn't score today. This is why we need Jesus back. But then we've looked at the other things in his game. We're like, actually, Eddie's had a really good game. Then the next game he scores a goal. He's only been Arsenal haven't played well in the last 3 games, and Eddie hasn't scored. Arsenal came through today, done well. We'll see what Eddie does in the next game. I think we're calling it for what it is. When Eddie's not played well, we've called it out. And I don't know what you do. Gabriel Jesus is injured. Eddie Nketiah's the only other option. It's not really a case of how many chances do we give him. He's in there until Jesus is back, and that's it.
If Gabriel Jesus was the one who got up for that header today and at the bar, if Gabriel Jesus was the one who charged that ball down for Martinez, who rolled it across Arteta, who's missed, Gabriel Jesus would be getting the plaudits after today's match. Oh, did you see the way Jesus got up for the header? Did you see that work he did when he charged down Martinez and he set it up? Gabriel Jesus. But if Eddie does it, no one says nothing.
Yeah,
no one says a word.
I've tried giving him the benefit of the doubt, but sorry, the chances that he's missing, my nan could score. But
I don't know.
Name which one,
ball, John.
Name which one. I admit, Eddie Nketiah against Man City should have got 2 goals and should have actually. When I was looking back at it, there was a chance where the ball got put through, and I think it is Saka or Martinelli is in acres of space, all on his own. It's actually a 2 against 1. Should have cut it back there. But I'm struggling to think of chances that we in this call could finish that Eddie hasn't, apart from those headers, which I still think it's just a case of he should be putting on target. I'm not saying I'm going to score them headers. Like, I don't know what chances you're talking about. You'd have to point them out to me, Johnny. Who else played today? Who we got? Martinelli came on. Martinelli.
Yeah, great goal. He come on. He was busy. Obviously, he got the goal, which I think then our Nans probably would have scored.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did okay when he come on. Martinelli. I give him a 6 because he got the goal. So a substitute 6. This is not a.
Tommy actually come on for Ben White.
Yeah, he did all right. Give him a. I didn't really see much of him, did we? I think most of the stuff, even when Tommy Aston come on, was still coming down. They seem to be targeting that right hand side a lot. Sorry, our left hand side, their right hand side a lot. Didn't seem to be much going on down the other side, Ben White's side. Give him a 5.
Fabio Vieira.
Yeah, great assist. Yeah, he did all right. Let's give him a 6. He got in his assist, played the right ball.
Tierney.
Yeah. Again, for the small amount of time that he was on, I had my eyes on him, and you could tell the way he was holding players off on that wing.
Yeah, he just wanted to see out that game, didn't he?
Then he just sees out that
everything.
game. Yeah, he just gives everything. He used to get on my nerves a little bit in the days because I felt that it was mainly due to his injuries, really, more frustration than getting on your nerves. But I'm really sort of just love this bloke at the moment. For so professional, and you could tell he's a better defender than Zinchenko just for the few minutes that he was on. He don't give any space to when he's marking a player. There's no space. When Zinchenko just leaves too much space between himself and the forward, and then he's got a chance of running at him going past. Tierney never does that. He's always right up against him. So yeah, give him 6.
6. What else? Come on.
I think Holding come on for a bit.
Holding
5, 30 seconds, wasn't it?
And Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, a little bit. Was a bit worrying at first, but you must say he made the changes. Obviously he made the right changes, and obviously when they come out, we was better. So I'll give him an 8.
All right.
He looked relieved at the end of the game. Did Mikel Arteta? I tell you, I think we all were. I tell you one thing: if I'd like to give a new prize for the end for the show, the idiot of the week, and I'd just like to give that to Emilio Martinez. Well done. That'll teach you to waste time, mate.
Yeah, he's always going to try that, isn't he? He's always trying the dark arts of the game. What's he say quickly before we go? If Eddie had consistency contributed, and that by I mean scoring every game, then I would agree.
I think he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he does contribute every game. I think he does.
I think, unless you mean by scoring in every game, but then I don't think. But then I think that's an uneven argument with what I was saying earlier with regards to Jesus, because Jesus went 6 or 7 games without scoring a goal. And yes, we've got onto him we need to go. But we're also praised him for the other things that he's doing on the pitch when he's not scoring goals. Where what I'm saying is Eddie has played 6 or 7 games and scored 6 goals for Arsenal. Yet we're talking about the games where he hasn't scored goals. And we're talking about as if he's not done anything in those games. I just don't think that's true. I don't think it's true. Because I made a massive point that Eddie would score more goals than Gabriel Jesus has this season in the time that he's out. So I've been watching his game. So when he's not been on it, I've been very critical. When he's not been working and not been making those runs, I've been critical of it. I've not seen that. In fact, he's been getting praise from pundits around about his off-the-ball work, about his pressing, moving into areas in the channels. He's not just a box striker. He's a player that will move into channels. However, he's not scoring goals, and that's his main game. So, yeah, he needs to get criticised on those things. He got criticised in the game the other day with regards to the Man City chances that he missed, and he should do. I think he should have done better on the one where he got it today, where he's taken it around the goalkeeper and he's put it over the bar. He needs to start getting them on target. But I know it's all opinions at the end of the day, but I think there's definitely things that people are missing for Eddie. All right, just quickly before we go, so answer these. Because Zinchenko only works when Gabriel Jesus is playing in the number 9 position. He helps Gabriel Martinelli by linking up with Kieran Tierney. Is our best left back. That was the type of performance that the league win is based on. Just saying. Yeah, I mean, what were we talking about before? We said Arsenal need to start winning games where they haven't played well and they get the 3 points. That is exactly what we've done today. And that is the most important thing, is getting 3 points towards the end of the season. That is all we have time for. Thank you for joining us today. If you are new to the show, make sure you press that subscribe. Make sure you press that like and hit that share button. And if you are regular, you can do all the same things. Subscribe. Make sure you join us on Tuesday at 8 o'clock, where we'll be picking apart this game. We'll be cheering on Nottingham Forest for the rest of the day. We get to enjoy our weekends, relaxing. Hopefully, Man United drop points as well, because we don't want them joining in our title race where they already are. But anyway, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for joining us, Simon. Thank you for joining us, Johnny. There we go. Thank you for joining us, Steve.
Cheers, mate. Pleasure.
All right. Peace out, people. Stay safe and wash your hands. Oh.